straight to the cinema regardless of quality. He said that that has allowed standard productions to dominate the big screens, driving audience away. I mean, I could still go on. He further mentioned that back in the day, the filmmakers operated under a structure that ensured only strong productions were released in cinema. I emphasize strong productions, which maintained audience trust and kept the industry vibrant. According to the veteran filmmaker he says now, with no system in place to regulate quality, poor content has become common in cinemas, damaging the reputation of Ghanaian movies. And I quote, he says, now every producer is relaxed and you shoot your own content and then you send it to the cinema. The cinema did not help us because many of the movies that go to the cinema are not very good. So we lost the audience. And yeah, there you go. I mean, I could still go on. There's more he said, but he went on to say that, so I think the cinema has also has to play its role in selecting the number of movies that have to come out so that we can control that market, because in our era back in the day, it's not every movie that we allowed to come out. We had control in the market. We made sure film 1, film 2, film 3 had to come this particular week. We controlled it, but now it's not like that. Everybody goes to shoot a film and takes it to the cinema. When we send it to the cinema, the more people come to watch and then do not like it. That's how we lost lots of the audience today, he stated. Abdul Salam Mumuni's comments echoed recent sentiments by actress Gloria Safu, who also criticized the quality of movie screened in Ghanaian cinema. Yeah, so there you go. These are words of Abdul Salam Mumuni yesterday at the National Film Dialogue, and these are some of the things. I mean, there was more there, but this is what we are starting with this morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Adam, Robert.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning. Were you there yesterday?
Yeah, I was there yesterday.
Oh, you made it.
Later in the day.
Later in the day.
Yeah, I went there around, I think 12 there about.
Oh, okay. You did well.
You did well. I saw.
I was there as well through online.
Oh, okay.
Robert, were you there in person or through online as well?
Online.
Online as well. Okay.
And we actually enjoyed it. We had a very good view of everything that happened. We were able to appreciate all the things that happened there.
Okay.
So
Without any form of distraction and whatsoever.
Okay. It was just you and your gadget.
Charlie.
And you were good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. But this is what Abdul Salam Mumuni said, and I had to, repeat this with strong productions. I wish I understood what he meant by strong productions, but in all, he says that the poor movies. So I know whether it's the movies that are there, no, the ones that have been going to the cinema, those are the poor ones, or they are not of good quality. I don't know.
They are driving film.
I think. To further tackle this, I would like to, go on a certain broader picture from there. The board chairman of the NFA also made some...
Ivan Koshigan, he's coming here tomorrow.
Okay, also made certain inputs there, which, in a way, falls in line with what Mr. Salam Mumuni said. No, they had panel discussions, and they had different panel sessions, and Abdul Salam was on one of the panel, and he made that point among others. And from what the NFA board chair said, he started with historical background of Ghana's movie industry from the 1948, where we had some, interesting starts to the 1960s and the 70s, where we had the post-independence era to the 1980s and 90s with a vibrant cinema culture, among others, concert, party, theater. Then to the 2000s, where the surge in the Kumawood boom, to other, like we call Accra, the different glamour or something, that.
Yes, they used to call it the glamour movie. I was like, you describe this one as glamour, and
then from that point, the 2000s to the 2010s, where the challenges started. And the challenges he stated here were the collapse of the cinema halls. So with that, I mean, it's different contributing factors. I mean, some of the halls were sold, some diversified among others, and I mean, some too, because of the proliferation of the technology and internet, other people who used to go there in person decided to, I mean, like Robert said, it's comfortable without distraction watching at home. So maybe some people also decided that, oh, I have it in my hand. This is my cinema, so I can watch from home. And that's why streaming, among others, came in. Did we see the picture? Then came to piracy issues, poor distribution, competition from foreign content. You know, so, I mean, these were the challenges. So it goes beyond just the cinema. I mean, competition. How we saw that digital migration. Then he came to the current situation of the movie sector.
You mean Ivan still?
Ivan. He talked about limited cinema screens, mainly Accra and Kumasi. And I mean, we know that if you talk about standard cinema films, I mean, if you go beyond Accra and Kumasi, it will be difficult for you to talk about other areas. And even Accra and Kumasi, how many are they? Then to the decline in public cinema going culture.
Okay.
And clearly it finds, I mean, you can find a certain linkage to what Abdul Salam decline in the cinema culture. And that is where research is very important. When the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Mr. Mustafa Jaja, was speaking...
Is it Mustafa Yusuf?
Yeah, Mustafa Yusuf Jaja.
Okay.
He's Mustafa Isaka Yusuf Jaja.
Oh, okay.
So when he was speaking, he talked about opening up to the academia, because the academia bring the research. And the research will tell you what is going wrong with the, I mean, downtrend of the cinema culture. And I mean, when these facts are founded in the report, you find a way of overcoming it. I mean, until we do a lot of, I mean, scientific study, we can have, some could be feeling, some could be one or two people telling you, and clearly there have been times you go to cinema to watch a movie, and when you are going, people will make that comment, na movie where no one near, like, I mean, and that does not also mean that there has not been quality movies. I mean, there has been quality movies shot at the cinema, but what can really help, it's like what he was talking about, the control. The control mechanism is what will help, because without control, it will be difficult for industry to go by standard practice. So you need a certain mechanism to be able to address that. The cinema is an aspect of our challenges. We cannot blame all our challenges on cinema. And if you look at what I enumerated earlier from the board chair, he talked about multifaceted challenges. The cinema problem has to be fixed, but it goes beyond even the quality. Yesterday, somebody from Aquamo Cinema, Silverbird Cinema, was talking about the fact that, as it stands, that there are no licensed distributors in the system. And he said that is a missing link in the industry, because when the producers finish the movie, now the producers themselves will have to come to Silverbird, speak to Silverbird. They have to go and see a hotel owner, speak to them. But if there were licensed distributors in the system, they will go for the movies and do some of these things and make sure that they are going to Kumasi, they are going to Tamale, they are taking the film around. That aspect of the industry needed to be fixed. And if you juxtapose this to one of the strategic agenda by the new NFA, which says that they are targeting 1% of audience share, it tells you if we do not fix some of these fundamentals, it will be difficult for us to get even the 1%. And even it also makes me understand why they were, like Kwame was saying, they were measured in terms of the amount. Because if you have a serious problem with distribution and marketing, then getting the audience share is going to be difficult. And I think that from what we heard yesterday, it's very crucial when we are in a very situation that needs a lot of collaborative support. I mean, from all stakeholders.
Do you agree with Abdul Salam Mumuni that poor quality films go to the cinemas, and that's the reason we're not getting movie lovers go watch?
Oh, I do agree with him. I mean, it's a challenge.
You have patronized Ghanaian movies that have been premiered at the cinemas. Have you watched any bad movie?
Honestly, I have not. But the thing is that you cannot rule that out. That is why I said scientific research is very important. Because, I mean, until that, it will be even difficult for you to, in terms of, I mean, accruing percentages too. Because if you talk about the dying cinema cultures, it's rooted in different aspects. And to be able to, that is why he spoke about, he spoke about the challenge without not being able to talk about how many percent it accounts for, because it is not scientific based. I mean, so until...
Because I've watched or gone to the cinemas to watch a number of Ghanaian movies.
It's not even that. Wait, Netflix movies and other international movies.
Listen to me. Let's speak to the subject. He's talking about the fact that the poor quality movies that are premiered at the cinemas. Responsible for.
Kwame, that is a strong... I'm coming.
Let's speak to the subject.
Kwame.
I like the background you gave. That is fine.
Kwame, what I'm saying is that to use responsible is a strong word. Me, coming from academic point of view, I will only subscribe to responsible until I see scientific...
So you don't agree with his assertion?
I agree partly, but to say it's directly responsible, unless you give me empirical data, I mean, from academic perspective, because if you talk about things which is causing lack of interest in cinema, it will be varied. So to be able to aggregate percentages to the myriads of the problem, the one which carries the huge chunk of the percentage will be the responsible.
So it could be a contributing factor.
Yes. So to use responsible without empirical evidence, for me, would be difficult for me to accept. However, it is a contribution factor. And I think that what can also help to keep that will be a certain control mechanism to ensure that what goes out there are quality. Like you were saying that some time ago, there was a certain control mechanism in the kind of number of frames you can put out there. So I think maybe when we go into the whole thing proper,
tomorrow
we can
Ivan will be here.
So it'll be interesting so that we can have a lot of time.
But Robert can come in now.
I'm not going to do any back forth. There's a topic we are going straight. It's very, very simple.
Yes.
4 movies driving people away. That's what he's saying.
Yes.
Okay. If there are 4 movies driving people away, you don't create movies for yourself. You create movies for the consumer. If it's driving people away, it means that the people are not interested. If they are not interested, then they might be interested in other things.
Yeah.
So then, what it means is that there is an opportunity. There's a gap.
Yeah.
The gap here simply means that if you can provide quality, you should be able to win the people over.
Right.
Because the people have got taste and preferences. They have good taste. They know what quality is. So once you are able to give them quality, you should be able to clearly win them.
Yeah.
So it is an indication to marketers and entrepreneurs within the space that this is what the people are looking for. They're looking for a quality above the existing. I don't know if you've taken notice of observing from the Nigerian movie scene when they started upping their game in terms of quality.
Yeah.
all the way through to the movies that went onto Netflix,
Prime Video,
all of those. You realize like it was serious quality, impeccable.
Sound,
everything from beginning to, because those days I remember watching movies and you hear the sound of the generator in it. Oh yeah, you hear like you hear generator, in the background. But yeah, and it is because it was necessary. That was the only way out to be able to produce the movies, because we know their issue with the issue with light in their country. But all I'm saying is that regardless of these setbacks, they've been able to step up the game to the point that we are seeing quality. And the quality, so if, for example, then whatever they were doing was responsible for driving people away. Then the quality has brought people in. So all I'm saying is there's an opportunity. However, I also want to mention that in economics, we say supply finds its demand as well. So what it means is that those who will stick to that will stick to the low quality movies, because probably that's what they can afford. Yeah. It may not be the masses, but at least some niche should be taken care of. I'm not saying it's the best, but I'm saying that from the principle of economics, they can use that as their test bed and eventually level up. Once they level up, they should be able to gain more people coming. So if he, being in a space, thinks that this is what it is, which I agree could be a contributing factor. I'm also trying to resound, or I'm trying to echo the opportunity associated with discovering that this is a problem, because with it comes an opportunity. So there's a silver lining along with this dark cloud. So all I'm saying is, what are we doing? Having noticed that the bad movies are driving people away, what are we doing with respect to good movies? What are we doing with respect to capturing those who are interested in having something good? Because I'm looking at the positive side. Right. So it's an opportunity. So here's where they need to have marketers come through. Here's where they need to have the entrepreneurial spirit also come through, so that we can, take advantage of the opportunity within the particular space.
Rob, I don't know if you've watched a number of Ghanaian movies in recent times. I don't know. And I don't know what you make of the quality.
Okay, so the word quality can be funny, and it depends on who is saying it. When I'm dealing with some of the movie producers or those who work with film, camera, etc., they see something and go like, "Oh, this is red."
Yeah.
And they say, "Oh, Charlie, this is shot on celluloid or whatever."
Nice.
Good. So the moment when you hear that, you know that the production equipment itself they are using, the quality is top notch.
Yes.
So the output, you know exactly what it means. Then they get into the elements of, the grading wasn't done properly, the scoring, this, that. All of these are technical terms that goes to define quality.
Yeah.
However, there's also an issue of people writing and the storyline not being that sometimes they make sense and all of that, and then the acting can be poor. So if you take all of these elements, it adds to what quality is and what quality is not. Yeah. I'm not too sure where he's coming from. So I can't speak to which of these elements or whether it's a combination of all of these things. However, what I'm saying is that when you have the eye to be able to determine that this doesn't exist, it's also, therefore, it also points to the fact that there's an opportunity for you to be able to give people what they are looking for. And if that is the case, and that is where you're supposed to be going towards, because really, from the perspective of entrepreneurship, you identify a gap, and then you fill that particular gap, and you're in business.
Yeah. And maybe you're not also telling the stories people want to hear.
Yes,
that's where
another contributing factor.
That's where research is very important.
So Robert says something that there are different factors. We cannot just you cannot pinpoint that. Maybe
so you need that is where you need research. And I said that the minister was talking about the academia coming on board, because research is everything, because it gives you the accurate picture on the ground, so that based on that you can forge your strategic plans to solve the problem. So we need as an industry, if you want,
we need to conduct a research on what the people.
No, I'm coming.
Scientific research on this.
I'm coming. If we want our industry to be competitive, like the mandate of the NFA talks about, to be at par with global, levels, we need to pay attention to research, because it is what will tell you your problems in the industry to be able to fix. What happened to, the research too shouldn't be just on paper. We need to ensure that what we found is implemented. I mean, if you look at the musical, the research which was done by KPMG, if you read it was a fantastic report. But what happened to the report? That is also another problem.
Let me quickly talk about something so that we don't. I want us to the subject of research. Sometimes with we have an opportunity to feed in data that supports research in a progressive way.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be after the fact, or it's not supposed to be a project is over and then say go and conduct a research. But during the process of, let's say, a particular project, let's say 5 years, as you are executing, implementing, if you are able to give updates, how much money did you use on this particular project? How many people were? What was the cast size? What was the time? What did you finish? What sales? What was the sales like? How much money did you make? This and that, and then you know it's documented for that particular year, and then the following year you do that. You keep doing that. By the time the 5-year period is over, if you say you want to do research, all the data is available because you kept on providing
it becomes
information
cumulative to the end result.
Exactly. But if you wait, then now, like so, right now we are here.
Yeah.
And so go and conduct research. Then you now go, and then you may not even get accurate data because sometimes the people or the information is not available. You understand? And so is there a possibility for us to start, because we are here and we are saying that when they released a particular movie in Hollywood, this was the budget. And then this was the number of sales that were like garnered at the box office, and this and that. Like these things are like real time. It happens as soon as it's done. We have that information. But Ghana, you understand what I'm saying? So
the report will come a year or a year and a half later.
Sometimes you don't even get it at all.
Exactly. So if we can create the culture of having this data, this information available as like in a progressive way, then by the time the 5-year period, like you will have data without necessarily having to struggle to get research. Say I'm going to do research. No, it's easier because all the data is available.
And I think it should be a regular feature. I mean, one of the reasons tourism keeps growing within the space is as a result of this research and data. Every year they publish the tourism
even report. That one, and it comes this year came too late.
Right.
I mean, regardless, there is a report which is telling you what is happening at your various sites, what is happening at the various portions of the value chain, so that you'll be able to fix it. Because without research, it will be difficult for you to know what is happening. So we, the creative and the film, among others, we need to inculcate the habit of research. So that it becomes a routine.
Okay, last one, So, in response to this whole storyline thing, Leila Jansen did a post on Facebook a while ago, and she was responding to claims by Kofi Asamoah that the NFA should talk to Netflix. Okay, so she has written a very long article, but let me take the
first 3 paragraphs?
Last 3.
Okay, last 3.
She says, above all, tell stories that people actually want to watch. All this distribution talk will come to naught if you have only 3 filmmakers telling stories that people are interested in seeing. While people are telling stories about planting potatoes in space, you're all still telling us how Amma could not find love and then she met Kofi. Remember, your audience has options. The world has become so small. Viewers have options of watching Chloe Zales and Hamet and then Ryan Coogler's Sinners and Not Sure When Love Calls. So basically talking about storyline and what the people want to watch nowadays. And so maybe our filmmakers should also think about that. What the people really want to consume.
Yes, and I think she
spoke
about
the jaded
it.
Storylines. Okay, you can predict from the beginning of the film that this is how it's going to end.
Like I said, you don't produce movies for yourself. You produce movies for the consumers. So if you are not consumer obsessed, at the end of the day, you will still be doing movies. But it will
No, the dance festival.
Charlie.
Starting today?
We are starting tomorrow,
Okay.
but we are having our last pre-party today. We are going to be at Coconut Grove. We're going to have our last pre-party, but tomorrow is when we are going to have the whole project started at
All right.
African Regions. My guests, a chunk of the international guests are coming in today. So hopefully tomorrow we'll bring them, some of them here.
Bring them here.
All right.
At least
Let me
we'll
teach them how to dance.
We'll get perspective
Kwame.
from like 3
Yeah.
countries, so to say, in terms of dance, because these are like leads within their spaces,
Wow.
so they should be here to be able to share a thing or two.
All right. We look forward to seeing them tomorrow, and this is where time will permit us. Very big thank you, a massive thank you to Mr. Hagler, executive producer, and also supported by Debbie Sway, Knee Upness on social media, DJ Fantastic on music. Thank you, Robert, for coming. Thank you, Adam, for coming as well. And let's go watch Fisherman this Friday at the Silverbird Cinemas. It's another movie. Let's go and watch.
Let's watch.
Let's go and watch. 6 p.m.